Good morning, welcome back. Well, we got a nice rain this weekend. It came down the way it should. No damage done. Crop needed it. Got more rain in the spots where the crop was thirstier. So good. Things are looking good. Things are progressing. At some point we'll take a look at ground zero, but today we've got to get our garlic, undercut it, get it out of the ground, lay it out so that it can start curing. So we've got our John Deere 5220 with our custom built undercutter. I mean, this thing is a one-off. You could never recreate this even if you tried. Lots of fine work done on this thing, but does the job. So we're gonna go do the job. We are running over garlic. Whoops. It's not easy to use a GoPro and drive, just so you know. Alright, our garlic. You can tell by the leaves, they have pulled the top, and the foliage has been kind of stripped, that they've made a bulb. We pulled the escapes a couple weeks ago, and this is what we got going on. You can see how hard that pulled out of the ground. So this is going to loosen it up, get this ground fluffed up so that the roots and everything's kind of laying on top, and then they can just pick it up. We're going to put it on that trailer, make it stationary, because we're going to rely on the sun and the air on a beautiful day like today to cure these tops down before we cut the roots and top off. To check our depth, our plan is to get just below the root zone. That is just below the root zone, and that is kind of in the scary zone. Gonna go down just a little bit to make sure that we're not cutting any bulbs. Alright, we've made our adjustment for the depth. It's a little deep, but a safe place to be. See that right there? That's the scape. And that's why that is so much smaller. It takes away from the growth of the bulb. So you go through and you simply just ba-doink, rip it off. These are all the ones that we pulled off earlier. Okay. Alright, good morning.
Big truck, big truck, big
There
truck.
was the big truck, first one of the day. We are at our Arch farm, and we're here making some more room for our onions to stack in the fall. It just seems like we never have enough room. So we're adding on to our gravel pad. First truck's rolling in.
Big truck.
Oi, oi, oi. Have to get off that dozer once in a while. Doing this all the time just rattles my brain. Coming along nice. I'd say 42.68% of it's completed. My grade's coming along nice though. Really happy with how it's blending in. What are you gonna do when you mess with the cerebellos? This is gonna be your head. Oi.
Wait.
nice and dry. Looking good. Got some rain coming tonight, so the tops are still green. We didn't get to let them cure as much as we wanted to, but we gotta get them inside. Cannot let these get wet. Well, that's a wrap. Everything's in the box, everything's inside. Got some good air blowing on it with our fan. Let's see, 24 boxes. So we planted about 400 pounds of garlic. And I'm looking at probably 1,500, maybe 2,000 pounds. We'll really know once we get it bagged up, but doing things a little different this year. Last year we put them with fans, try to keep them outside, get the sun on them, because that really does help crisp things up, get them cleaned up. Problem is the weather. Here we are back at ground zero. Taking a look at the crop. I will have to say I'm pretty impressed with last week's growth and the recovery of these onions. It looks more like we're going to take this crop to harvest. What we're seeing with the leaf tissue that was damaged, it is decaying. It's going back to the bulb, but it's more so on the outside of the bulb, so that's going to mean that it's not going to have as good of a skin. We're going to have more skin issues. Overall, I am thinking that it's looking better than I ever thought it was going to be. Rain and Pop have been out here twice this week, keeping these things sprayed up and covered up, just keeping the disease pressure low as they can, and keeping the crop protected. So this crop, yes, there's going to be losses, but it's getting more expensive because we're making more applications of fungicides. So that's what it's going to take to get it to the finish line, to recover some of this loss. You take a look at some of these plants, you can see this leaf here and this leaf are damaged. So those are the outer leaves. That's going to affect the skin of the onion. It's pretty slimy. You can almost pull it off right there. Cultural practices really play a big part in this. We have a good rotation here. We had a good crop to begin with, so everything was healthy, and we had Terramar on this to begin with. We really think that that does help boost the immune system and just help with stresses in the plant. Came out here with a shot of Maritine. That's going to help with just the stress of the plant and help these things metabolize and continue to grow. Two awesome products from Nutrien that we've been using. We've seen significant results, especially in these situations. Back at the garlic, we just got it put on the drying wall and covered it up so that the air pushes up through. Put a little heat on it because garlic was green, so we got to try to get some of that moisture removed and pushed out. And the leaves moving around in the box, so that means the air's pushing up through, so we're doing a good job. We're doing a really good job. What? That thing is loud. Pushes a lot of air though. Well, Nutrien was here the other day. They were here with their marketing team, paired up with Farm Journal. They have their own camera crew, and it was legit. They laughed at my GoPro. They thought it was funny. I was a little offended by it, but I got over it real fast. Really cool group of people that came down. Really just another one of Nutrien's many resources. They're promoting their product by capturing our story and other farmers' stories and asking us what's working. I think that's a really cool thing to do for a company. A lot of companies that we do business with, they sell you the product and and that's it. Check on some corn. What is in here? Getting ready to tassel. This was the last planted stuff. So it's still got a little ways to go, but our first planted stuff is fully tasseled. It's way ahead of schedule. Corn's been loving this weather. Well, let's take a look at some good onions for once. Quit focusing on all the junk. We're out here in our Hamilton. This is our Grasso farm. Plant date April 28th. Looking good. Really good. Looking really, really good. Really good. Look at them. Look at that. They are starting to bulb here. We're getting about 3/4 inch bulb swell. Got a nice green top. The tips of the onions are GTT, green to tip. Healthy. I'm looking down at the crotch of these onions, looking at the new growth, looking at the leaves, not seeing disease. These things are healthy, ready to make a beautiful onion. I think the weather's cleared up enough for Maggie to mow the lawn. Let's go get her cutsin some grass. There's not or just one cutser on the farm anymore. Right, Bubba?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Bubba Cutsin.
Bubba Cutsin.
Junior Cutsin.
Bubba Cutsin Juniors. Good idea, Bubba. Poochie!
Ah.
We got a little Maggie in training, mowing the lawn. It's kind of cool when your kids start pulling their own weight. Well, I mean mowing the lawn. It's another thing that we don't have to do, which is really nice. So thank you, Margaret. And you're doing a great job. We've got our building started. They're gonna put the trusses up this coming week, put the roof on. Got some poles set already. That's gonna start progressing pretty fast here. And maybe we'll see this company show up with what we took a look at when we were down in Elba looking at the laser weeder. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week. Peace.